Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. See, I'm not like Disneyland. I'll still say that shit. Jericho Green here with you once again. You know what day it is. Friday must be 6:30 PST, Pacific Standard Time, because I'm here. Remember, you can't get enough of me here. I got more platforms for you. Recoil TV, Rumble, Spotify, and this weekend will be the last weekend for promo code 1984, 20% off all green gear, new designs. I just got in touch with my designer yesterday, and I made some tweaks, and I got some new designs coming out, some hot fire. I hope you like it. Yeah, check that out. And today we're going to cover some things. Okay. Of course, the slap heard around Hollywood. Will Smith slaps Chris Rock over the dumbest shit ever. And if you haven't heard this story, you must be living under several rocks. And West Point now allows cadets to have kids. Like, not you can't be a parent and join and go to West Point, but having a kid while you are a cadet there. Oh, before I get started, shout out to my man Laker in SD4 on Instagram. I was on his Instagram page, is that what it is? Instagram channel. I was over there hanging out with him the other day, and good dude here in California, so he's also, like me, in the belly of the beast. I'll get back to that. Also, Biden is pervertus, our grandpa in chief, Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall to the beat of the rhythm of the night. That guy. It's been a hell of a week for him. So that means it's been a hell of a week for us. He did a speech yesterday for Transgender Visibility Day. If you guys haven't said it yet, I will say it for you. Enough with the fucking days, enough with the months. We got like National Hot Dog Day and shit, and Bagel Day. Now we have Transgender Visibility Day. Hey, transgender people, you're visible. We know about you. Everywhere we turn, it's the Ku Klux Trans. We see you. Also, again, our boy, your president, the resident at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, also signed into law, not just a bill, people, into law. So you better obey it. The Emmett Till anti-lynching law. Now, lynching another human being is a federal offense. As if it needed an extra layer of punishment, I thought murder was illegal in all its beautiful forms, but apparently there was still this blind spot called lynching that our president finally took care of. Thank you. And the House passes the MORE Act, Marijuana Opportunity, Reinvestment, and Expungement. It's a bill right now. Will the Senate pass it? And if they do, will Biden sign it into law? We'll see. So let's get in this comment section real quick. Shall we? Soul Bearer. I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. It's a great movie. Yeah, I the thumbnail I used for this is from that movie, and it's perfect for now. I mean, what is it? Apropos for what happened. But that woman, the thumbnail for this, she's this chick that the main character goes out on a date with, and she was like, hey, if you want to get with me, you got to have 12 inches. He was like, oh, I got 12 inches. So they get to the hotel or wherever, her place, or wherever, they're going to get down. And he says, hey, before we get started, I have a confession to make. I don't have 12 inches. And she goes, whew. Well, since we're on the subject of confessions, and she takes her leg off, she takes her tits off, her butt, everything's fake, and then she takes her wig off. So that's the shot after she takes her wig off. There's like little hairs and shit on there. Hilarious, man. I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, 1987. Classic. Let's see. Yes, Jack Butler, House passes bill to legalize marijuana at federal level. We'll see. Paul, hey Jericho, where you at? NY, I know, NY shitty. In the house. I'm here, man, right here. Let's see. Noel 72. Well, hold on. None the miser says my money's on this one. AJK says hi everyone. Noel 72 says at Jericho Green, I'm sorry that you took offense about me trying to give you helpful advice last week. I'm only trying to help you. I don't remember what that was, man. So let me know. Okay. Chico in the house. What's up, Chico? Chico State. That's the party school right there. I remember my Spanish teacher, my junior year in high school. She had just graduated from Chico State, and she affirmed those assumptions. It is very much a party school, but hey, still a place to get a good quality education. Val C says, hello from the UK. Appreciate it. Randall says, love you from South Florida. I'm going to be in Florida in November. I'm looking forward to it, man. I hope it's not too damn hot. Can we get the humidity under 100%, please? Norse woman says, tomorrow is cis white birthing person day. You know, that's probably not too far from the truth. Chet says, Petite Strawberry Festival boy from San Antonio. This Strawberry Festival in California where I used to live. Strawberry capital of the world, mind you. Watsonville. Watson, puto. Let's see, Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden's crack pipe, $9.99. Thank you for the super sticker, Hunter Biden's crack pipe. Not Hunter Biden, just his crack pipe. Appreciate it. Lucas says Chris should have swept the leg. Yeah, man. If you didn't take anything else from Karate Kid, take that. Fucking sweep the leg, man. Love 43 Laveau. Sorry if I'm butchering this. Love you. Tell shit like it is. That's the only way. As long as you stick to the facts, you'll be all right. ASAP Ray says, $10. Appreciate it. Finally caught a live salute. Wood chipper feet first. That's right. We got some new candidates for it too. This has been a hell of a week. Chris Williams, you rock, Jericho. Thanks for the positive channel. Hey, man. I appreciate you being here. Armona, California here. Armona Califas, aquí. Princess Sea Star, virtual hug, right back at you. Anders Hagberg, can you come to Sweden? I'll pay everything. Hey, man, I'd love to come to Sweden. I want to check it out. I want to go to those gyms that produce all those damn strongmen, Magnus Vermagnus, and those guys. And I'm pretty sure the same dude from the at JG Talk. So I appreciate you following me. Good looking out. Jane says, good evening, Mr. Jericho Green. Keep lives coming. I will. Friday, 6:30. Okay, so let's get into this shit. So let's get into the overly sensitive, feminized, neutered elephant in the room. Will Smith, Chris Rock. Now, of course, I'm sure at first people were like, man, this shit can't be real. It can't be. Nobody is going to do this shit on live TV. Nobody is going to do this at the Oscars. Even though there were only 17 people watching, nobody is going to do this at the Oscars. Shout out to Veronica, 20 Bones, a twant, SoCal represent. What's up? It's real down in SoCal. That might be the belly of the beast. But yeah, when we all saw this, man, we didn't think this shit was real. No, why would this happen? But my first indication that this was real was Chris Rock's reaction. You could hear it. You could hear it in his voice. Just like when somebody lies. You can hear it. It's painfully obvious. And then when Will Smith sat down and yelled at, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Like, you know, the quivering lip and shit. He probably does a lot of lip quivering in his life, but that felt real. It was real. And then you could see Jada Pinkett, after Will Smith slapped him, she was laughing. So that was funny. You didn't laugh when he said words, but you laughed when your man went up there and committed violence against somebody, against another black man. Terrible. So yeah, Will Smith gets up, or Chris Rock says, Jada, hey, she has a bald head. And for the record, I would say most of her movies, she has short hair. She's known for having short hair. He says, hey, G.I. Jane Part 2 Can't wait to see you in it. Moves on. I would even say that wasn't even a written joke. He probably just scammed the crowd. That was some lightweight shit. That was easy. That joke wrote itself. But he says that, Will gets up, slaps him in the face, sits down, and acts like a ghetto clown. And I said this in the video that I made about it. Know where you are, man. Know where you are, okay? You can't always be the same way you are at home everywhere out in the world. Doesn't work that way. It's called society, okay? We're all out here, so we all have to behave ourselves when we're around each other. It's all about where you are. If I take a shit in my bathroom, in my water closet, there's no problem. That's where you're supposed to, okay? But if I go take a shit in the street in my neighborhood, well, now the police are here. Somebody's getting handcuffed. I don't want to touch him. He has shit on him, right? Totally different. Same act, different place. You have to know where you are. You were wearing a fucking tuxedo, Will Smith. You were wearing a tux. Act like it. What the hell is your problem? Does that woman have your mind so fucked up that she almost activated you to go do that? Like she sent you on a mission. You're a robot. She sent you on a mission and you did that shit. Yes, dear, I will slap Chris Rock. The fuck is wrong with you, man? Damn it, Janet, $10. Appreciate that. Says Will Smith resigned today from the Academy. Good, I hope so. Hope they resigned his ass. They take his award back. What a jackass. What a jackass. So Chris Rock didn't do anything back to him. I don't expect him to. He was probably shocked as hell. And he took it, he handled it like a G after that. He kept going like a professional, tried his best to get through the lines and announce the award and get the hell up out of there. But I'm surprised that the police didn't come and escort him from his seat. Surprised that Chris Rock didn't press charges. And I don't know if he's going to sue him or not. I've heard about him saying it's all good. They squashed it. That's up to him. That's his face. But I would not have squashed it. We would have to meet backstage or something and work this shit out. Because to slap a man in his face, a slap, that's an extra layer of disrespect. To slap a man with an open hand, that means you don't respect him and you do not fear his retaliation, if there is some. Terrible. That shit was disgusting. Had it not happened, no one would even be talking about those shitty ass bullshit woke award, land of the Wokey and Oscar. Man, that shit, they had 3 women up there hosting it. That was the most SJW saturated garbage I had ever fucking seen. 2 of them up there were comedians, and you couldn't get an ounce of funny between the 2 of them. They suck. And then who else was up there? Regina Hall. I only know her from Malibu's Most Wanted in the Scary Movie series. What the fuck was that? But that's what they wanted. I mean, they're little sick weirdos in that room. That's what they wanted to hear. Bradley Cooper, Denzel, whoever else went up to Will Smith and hugged him and to get him through his moment. You guys are assholes. Because if you were really his friend, you would go up to him and say, Will, you fucked up, man. You better make this right. That was stupid. That's what your friends will tell you. All these other clowns, oh, it'll be all right. No, it's not going to be all right. You were a dumbass. That was stupid, man. That's what his real friends would tell him. And then they clap for him. They let him come up and get his award. There were so many layers to this, man. So many fucked up parts to this. The way they reacted to it was just stupid. All the people in that room should have stood up and turned around when he went up there to get his award. They asked him to leave and he didn't. What usually happens when someone asks you to leave and you don't? Don't they have people who will come in there and make you leave? They got uniforms, a stick, a flashlight, a taser, pepper spray. You know the guys I'm talking about. Why didn't they call him on Will? What if Will Smith was white? Oh, you're white in 2022 and you slap a black man on TV? Oh, shit. That's it. Your life is over. Your career is over. Your kids and your wife might leave you over that shit. You'd be hashtag to death. Oh, stupid ass shit, man. Anyway, let's get to some of these comments, shall we? Uh, Giova, I think that's right. The media covering the slap is the first time the mainstream media actually covered black on black crime. Yeah, that's true. You know, if the colors don't line up, it's almost like they take like a thing and it probably has like a couple different sections, and they take it, and they line it up over the story. Okay, color, boom, 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 and if that lines up, if the colors are right, if the assailant is white, the colors are right, then it's going to be everywhere. You're going to know everything about that person. They're going to dox the shit out of them. But if the assailant matches the victim and they're both black, man, what's what's the sound you use when crickets aren't enough? Because that's what the mainstream mediocres do. It's more than crickets. They give less of a shit than humanly possible. Michael Shields, I've been following you since the very, very beginning, Jericho. You're the man to watch if you want the straight up truth with no fucking filter. That's what I try to do, man. Thanks for sticking with me, bro. I appreciate it. Let's go get some of these super shots. Wild Man Beyond, $4.99. I appreciate it. There's a video of Will kissing his son in the mouth in an interview. What does that tell you? Man, that whole family is fucking crazy. Look what they did to those kids, man. Look what they did to those kids. When you saturate children in crazy and disarray and dysfunction and blurred lines, that's what you get. You get Jaden Smith, that little weirdo. You get the D Wade son. That's what happens. Kids need structure and discipline. They want it. They need it. They need discipline. They need structure. What does Cesar Millan say? You have to be the pack leader. The child does not want to be the pack leader. You have to be. Your child craves structure and discipline. It gives them comfort to know that things are going to be the same all the time. So they don't have to worry. So they can concentrate on being kids. But when you put them in all these adult situations, Will Smith probably talked shit to his son about his mom. He was probably crying and shit. There's somebody I used to work with, her boyfriend, his parents got divorced when he was in like high school or something. And his dad used to cry in his lap and tell your mom to take me back. Please tell her to take me back. What kind of mind fuck and pressure is that you're putting on your kid? Here, son, you're responsible for putting our relationship back together. And seeing your father cry. There's nothing wrong with seeing your father cry, but there is something wrong with seeing your father cry a lot. That's not okay. Something sad happens, joy, but all the time, no. I mean, if you're seeing your dad cry more than once a year, there's something wrong. I mean, it's not uncommon to go years without seeing your dad cry. Not that he doesn't cry, but you should see it a lot. And this dude would cry to his son when he come to visit him and tell him, please tell your mom to get back together with me. That shit is sick. And I bet Will Smith was doing the same damn thing, if not worse, to his kids. And her too. And I know people are saying Jada is terrible and Jada's this monster and she's evil and all this shit. She fucks with Will's head. Yes, all of that is true and probably more. But Will Smith is the one who sits around and takes that shit. He's the one who stays year after year. He's the one who shows his son an emasculated eunuch, a Ken doll crotch. What's a Ken doll crotch? Well, Ken doll, look at it, smooth, nothing. You can't tell what's there. Not that you should, because that'd be weird if Ken had like a helmet outline, but there's nothing there, smooth. He's not a man. He's a man because of the parts he has. He's a male, but he's not a man. And what he should have done was tell his wife, hey, it's cool, I got this, don't worry about it. Not hop your ass up there like some over-emotional robot. Not like the Emotion Bot 2000 and go slap another man in his face. And you're lucky he didn't press charges. You're lucky he didn't sue your ass, dummy. At your highest moment, you pull this bullshit. You can take the man out of Philly. Can't take Philly out of him. Bob K, MIT, what's up? 10 bones. Nice job on fixing the sound on the stream. Little by little. That's right. This is a work in progress. This it's fluid, man. It's moving it all the time, man. Jazz Dino says Amy Schumer is attractive, I think. Hey, to each their own. You know what I'm saying? But I think she is rough on the eye sockets. S4, 2 bones. Thank you. Not staged because of Oscars are staged. Not staged because of Oscars are staged. I don't know. I mean, hey, anything's possible. And if it comes out that was staged, man, I'll be on here doing a video bashing both of them because that's stupid. It's not like they're irrelevant. Will Smith's ass was up there for an Oscar. He's obviously working. Chris Rock, he's still selling out stadiums. I bet his ass will sell out even more now after this shit. Bernice Torres, twonk, thank you. She says, saw you on Brandon Tatum. Keep up the good work. We need more men like you out there. Take care. Thank you. Same to you, Bernice. Take care. And thank you for checking it out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Yeah, B Tatum, that's my boy. Anytime I get the email to be on there, it's a done deal. Dream team. To Boldly Go says, that's what you do to a woman if you have no respect. Yeah, true that. True that. And then his fake apology backup phone says, yeah, what the fuck was that? I hate when people what he did, he didn't even apologize to Chris Rock. Just him. He apologized to him in the beginning, and then he goes on to apologize to the Academy and the Williams family. Fuck all that. You didn't slap them. You slapped Chris Rock. So I think he deserves his own private apology. You think? Let's see. Noel 72 says at Jericho Green, Chris shouldn't have had his hands behind his back. He should have kept them up front, ducked, and gut punched. Yeah, of course. But in that setting, man, I don't think he's like, what the fuck? Until he got slapped, and I'm sure seconds after he was thinking, what the fuck is it? Like, what's about to happen? What is this? On no planet did he think that Will Smith was coming up there to slap him. He probably thought it was going to be some awkward shit on the mic. He's drunk. This is going to be some comedy gold, but we were all wrong about that one. DJ, what's up, man? He says, miss you, dude. Hey, that's my boy. We work together at my old job, and he's the dude who was out there with me when we go shooting the watermelons and all that shit. That's my boy, man. Shout out to you, DJ. You're a beautiful family. Shout out to young Sav. I hope she's still ruling with an iron fist. And in my video I did yesterday talking about Disney, I guess I'm moving to that shit too. Nice segue. Thanks, DJ. I did a video yesterday talking about how Disney is now not going to say ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. They're going to start referring to their patrons as, hey, friend, hello, friend, instead of, hey, little girl, hey, little boy, sir, ma'am, the usual. They're going to start doing that vanilla shit. And like I said, they want us to be this indistinguishable, genderless, beige ball of writhing bodies. So it doesn't matter. Okay, so what if a man's with a man? So what if a man who thinks he's a woman is playing the sports? And so what if we tell your kids not to tell you what we're doing with them at school and all that kind of shit? Really, it boils down to them wanting to fuck with your kids. That's what it is. All these people involved and all these levels and shit like that. That's what it boils down to, okay? Some people are fucking evil and damaged, and they want to do gross shit to people they're not supposed to. It's all about sexual deviance. They want to live in the world where they can have who they want without question, without any roadblocks, without any hassle, without any of you fucking annoying parents saying, hey, don't touch my child. They want to get rid of that shit so they can get their Bela Lugosi-like fingers all over your children. Why else would a company whose main focus is children have a problem with a bill that says don't talk about or teach any type of sexuality or sexual preference to children between the ages of 5 and 9 years old? Why is that a problem? This don't say gay shit is bullshit. That's not what it says. That's not what it's about. Why do they have a problem with this? There's only one group of people that would have a problem with a law protecting children, those who want access to those children, because those that want to protect children don't have a fucking problem with the law that protects children. So if you have a problem with that, it's pretty obvious. Yes, they're a huge company. Yes, they're a part of our childhood. And yes, it pisses me off. I hate when they take shit away from us. All these actors saying and doing this stupid shit. All these companies supporting this stupid shit. This gross, perverted shit. And you force us to walk away. Why? Why do you do that? Why do you guys gotta fuck everything up? Disney made good movies back in the day. Terrible. California wants to force you out. Companies want to force you away from their companies. They're doing shit that makes you not want to watch them or patronize them. Triggers McNickers. 10 Bones, thank you. Said, I thought Will Smith was a piece of shit since his visit to Dubai, and he cried about American slavery some 150 years ago while enjoying services provided for by literal slaves in a city built by slaves. Exactly. They're over here talking all this shit about America as transphobic and anti-alphabet soup group, and they're racist. But then they go and dip their little toes in the white sands of Dubai, where it's illegal to be gay, where it's legal to whoop your woman's ass whenever you want, where they cut the throats of people in the town squares today. This ain't no biblical times. This is right now. But when they're over there, waving a palm leaf on you and dropping grapes in your mouth by some 6-year-old, it's all good. But when you come back here, you want to make all these straw men and these boogeymen that don't exist. If you really want to tussle with the boogeyman, take your ass back over there and knock yourself out. Fake sons of bitches. Wild Man Beyond, Buck99. By the way, you're a huge inspiration to me. Thank you. Thank you, man. Really, you guys are all inspiration to me. That's why I'm here. You ain't here, I'm not here. Tarian says, I had kids from different marriages, 10 to 5 years apart. Things weren't very distended, different. I don't know what that one means, man. Sorry. Will Smith being clowned by the entire world. Eric says, yeah, man, of course. What a jackass. I couldn't believe it when she had him on there, was it a couple years ago or something? Got his ass all red and puffy-eyed, crying and shit while she's talking about what she did to him. And he's sitting there taking it. I'm not even showing up for this to be filmed. What are you talking about? Is this table nailed down? Because I'm about to flip it over. I'm about to flip your red table over. You're not going to have me out here embarrassing me and castrating me verbally castrating me in front of the world? You're out your fucking mind. He's a jackass for staying with her. Yeah, Eric mentioned. I mentioned that, man. There's a video circulating about her laughing, and she thought that shit was thought it was funny when Chris Rock got hit, but didn't think it was funny about some lightweight ass joke. And he didn't even know she has alopecia. He didn't even fucking know. Authentically Kennedy, 5 Bones, thank you. Sweet Jericho, hello. Will Smith resigned from his Oscar membership. Good. Fucking people, man. American Made, $20. A twomp, thank you. Love you, brother. Keep keeping it real. There's no other way to keep it. You're not keeping it real, you're in danger of losing your platform. And I promise I shall keep it real. Okay, let's do some comments right quick before we move on to the next topic. Torian says Schumer needs 2 trash bags sewn together. I see you, 2 trash bags, and I'll raise you a 3rd, man, at least. Rick says you're doing a great job. Thank you, man. Miss Pepsi Girl says ham. I don't even need any context around that one. I support ham. Tyler Boy Media, need to see you on Jesse Lee Peterson's show. Yeah, man, that dude's cool. I've seen him before. That dude's a trip. I don't agree with everything he says, but you got to respect his gangster, man. He's going to say what he wants to say in front of who he wants to say it in front of, and that dude's cool. If he ever extended, offered an invitation, hey, I'm there. Ghost Dog 4. Side note, Ghost Dog was a terrible movie. I got a homeboy of mine who argues with me about that every time. Forrest Whitaker as a ninja, I'm not buying it. Rock is in Boston. The $25 seats were being scalped for 400. Yeah, right. His stocks went through the roof. That's the only good thing to come out of this. That man's about to get his aid. Dave Lovelace, what's up, man? $5. Maybe Will Smith should try out as a Disney cast member. Keep doing your thing, shit, mate. I sure will, man. He could. He'd fit right in. He'd be one of those Disney princesses, or even better than that, they can just dress him up the way that they did in Aladdin. That was weird, by the way. That was weird. And what movie was that? The Wild Wild West, where he was dressed up as that belly dancer. That was weird as hell. I don't know about that, man. Especially being an established actor like that. I mean, if you're hungry, then you're taking the scraps you can get, I guess. But he was already established. Man, I ain't dressing him like no fucking woman. Get out of here with that crap. Okay, let's get some more supers in this piece. Big Nitty says, why are they pushing their agenda on straight people? Man, they're fishing, man. They gotta throw something at the wall and see what sticks. They're gonna be some straight dummies that'll fall for it for sure. That they're planning on it. They have to. There's not enough of the people that aren't part of that group for them to survive. So they gotta convert some people. Daniel Ross, honest question. So he resigned from the academy, but what does that mean? Like, why does that even matter? I don't know what that exactly entails. I mean, like I said before, he should have been arrested, because if you or I were working there or somehow made our way inside and we walked up on stage and slapped Chris Rock in the face for no reason, which is exactly what Will Smith did, do you think we would be allowed to waltz out of our car and get in and drive off into the sunset? No. Not only would you get tackled, you're going to get tackled before the police get there, because they got security. And side note, they failed. Whatever security firm you guys hired for that, that's their last year working for the Oscars. But you would get tackled, if not on the way up, certainly on the way out. You are getting brought to the ground with force. But since Will Smith has green privilege, come on, man. We'd still be in jail. Let's go. $5. Appreciate it. Living here in this hellhole with you, JG. My kids escaped to Tennessee last month. Good for them. And believe me, I have plans to leave California as well. But it's not that simple, people. LDS German Shepherd Boy, 10 Bones. Thank you. Hey, Jericho. Hope you're well. Same to you. There's a somewhat conservative political activist from North Korea called Yeonmi Park. Have you heard of her? I think so. You should see some of her videos. Is she the one who talks about, no, that might be somebody different. I think she was on Rogan or something where she escaped North Korea. She talked about all the horrible starvation and shit that goes on there, in that wonderful place known as North Korea. Let's see. Mickey Mouse 123. That's funny. Thumbs up from England. Well, what's left of it? Yeah, man, that sucks. You know, that this cancer of leftism and wokeism and SJWism and all these isms is that it spreads, and it spreads fast as shit, especially when you have fearful leaders who are scared of this minuscule, tiny little group of people that I don't know what damage they're going to do to them, but they certainly don't fear us yet, because they seem to step all over our wants to cater to this fucking microscopic group of people. Lord Joseph 82, Jericho, what did you think about those Oscar gift bags worth $100K? Well, of course, man. Those people deserve more expensive shit. You know, when I worked at the radio station, the celebrities were the ones that got all the free drinks and the free food. I remember, this is how long ago I worked there, Ja Rule, he had his little comeback album, right? So he came through the radio station and he brought his little crew with him. And there was this store, the shoe store at the mall called Shoe Palace at the Northridge Mall. And the owner was there and he was like, oh, hey, Ja, come on, man. You guys come to my store. I'll give all your guys Jordans. I'll hook you up. Dude, I don't know why that is, but all the celebrities get all that free shit. They'll probably throw it in a closet with all the other swag bags they don't give a shit about. They'll have their underage servant take it to the basement for them. Silverback I don't know. Anyway, $10. Thank you very much. Have you noticed the media talks about people who see themselves as the opposite sex as transgender people, as they are another race or ethnic group? This notion of them being ostracized, attacked is BS. Yeah, man, that I'm gonna let that Bay Fiore. Hope I said that right. Thanks for the 10 bones, Jericho. Never seen you live. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope this won't be the last time you see me live. So yeah, yesterday was Transgender Visibility Day, whatever that means. So Biden gets to a podium, so you know what that's going to be chock full of. A lot of verbal missteps. And I don't know if you can hear it, but my neighbor decided to mow his lawn now. So he gets up there and he's talking about, hey, you trans kids out there, we have your back. And you trans people, I want you to know that you're loved. And we're going to fight for your representation in sports and the military and all this shit. And you parents of trans kids, you affirm your kids and blah, blah, blah. All this bullshit. You know how weak that made us look? You know how frail and inconsequential that makes us look on the world stage? Trans people, I am so sick and tired of this tiny ass group of people getting this amount of limelight. 0.06%. I did not say 0.6. I said 0.06. I did not say 6%. I didn't say 16%, 26, 36, or on. I said 0.06 of the population identifies, whatever that means. Doesn't sound too concrete, sounds like it could change, identify as transgender. Again, everybody deserves basic human decency and respect unless you prove otherwise. Simply because of how you identify or live your life, not bothering anybody else, is not a reason to persecute or fuck with somebody. That being said, you are not a big enough group to shape policy. And you have a mental disorder. You think you're in the wrong body. Members of your group mangle their bodies, cut their breasts off, origami their dick into some kind of makeshift vagina. That's not normal. And I'm not saying you should be discriminated against or persecuted in any way because of that. But I am saying two things. Tired of fucking hearing about it, and you are not a big enough group to shape the way we live our lives as a society. Here, grab our pocket lining, follow us. If people don't give you basic human decency and respect, and people do discriminate and mess with you because of who you are, there are people you can go to and they will handle business for you. Again, sick and tired of hearing this shit. Sick and tired of this shit being pushed on our kids. And I'm sick and tired of our president going in front of the world and looking weak as fuck. Who else is talking about this? China is gearing up to kick our ass. And our president is talking about Transgender Visibility Day. And talking about these hateful bills. You know what he's talking about. The parental rights bill, where they don't let you talk about sexuality or sexual preference or gender to fucking kids who have no business of knowing about that shit. Gay, straight, or otherwise, leave them alone. That's why they talk the same, that's why they sound the same, and they look the same. Because they're not ready for those changes yet. They're just being little kids. That's not a hateful bill. Why the standing up for this group while shunning and stepping on the rest of us who don't want to hear this shit? There are far more important things. There are far bigger fish to fry than worry about fucking Transgender Visibility Day. You're visible. We know too much about you. It's just like a couple years ago, you noticed the NFL, the first week of this, or the first month of the season, they'd have the players out there wearing pink for breast cancer awareness. We're aware. That's just patronizing. We all know about breast cancer. We all know about transgender people. Knock it off. Maureen Willis says, would have loved to see Will Smith try that shit if Joe Rogan was the comedian. That's what I said. Joe Rogan would have kicked his face off his body. He wouldn't have tried that shit. Just a man evaluating stuff. Thank you very much. Hey, Jericho. It's James Henley from Minnesota, eh? Oh, bummer. I hear gas prices are so high in California, people are driving to Mexico. Yeah, I heard about that shit, man. Mexico's like $2 cheaper. How fucked is that? Listen to that. We gotta drive to Mexico to get something cheaper than here. Something, they got it better than we do here. And this is where we refine the fucking gas. Who'd have thought? I bet the people in San Diego are like, hell yeah. You know where I'm going this weekend? I'm going to the hardware store to buy some fucking gas cans, and I'm going to Mexico. Fucking terrible, man. Fucking terrible. We had it. We had a guy in there who was all about us, kicked him out. Stupid. All right, let's get some more of these supers. B-Dub, thank you very much. Sorry to say, but JG, I think you can handle it. All these males who agree with trans, do they think what it might be like to be fooled by one? Hey, look, man. I got a strict, and I mean strict, one dick policy, okay? In the bedroom, it can only be one, man, okay? We can't have multiple dicks in here. That's a problem, okay? And if you rope-a-dope somebody with a penis, I mean, can you tell somebody how to react to that? Now, of course, I think killing them would be a bit severe. But if you take a beating, hey, that's what you get, man. You can't be pulling no dick out on somebody at the 11th hour. What are you doing, man? You've been doing the heavy panting? You break out you break out this shaft? I don't think so. That's a real problem. And hey, man, that shit ain't cool. I remember a couple years ago seeing this video where this dude was like, you're a transphobe if you want to date trans women. No. I don't want another dick in the room. That's why I don't date trans women. Get out of here. The fact you got to preface it with trans? No. If you're a woman, you say, hey, look at that woman over there. I don't need to say anything else. Woman, you know exactly what I mean. Unless you're Jumanji Brown, then you don't know what the fuck a woman is. Clown world, you damn right. Thank you very much. The Transformers need to stop grooming children. No one cares about your choices. Just keep it to yourself, for real. I think that's their biggest problem. There's a hole in them where they need to be validated. Somebody needs to tell them they care, and the right people didn't tell them that. Because it's not always it's not always what you need to hear. It's who you need to hear it from. And for whatever reason, they have that hole. You're not going to fill that hole here. We have passed that stop. We're not going back. Go to whoever should have done it. Talk to them. Society is not the place. We're up and running. Your emotional stability is not on our agenda. We're out here living life. You should have got that shit a few stops back at childhood, okay? We're adulthood. We don't do that here. So turn your need to have that void filled and aim it at somebody else. But I think that's their main problem. We don't give a fuck. I don't care. And I don't want you to care about who I sleep with. How about this? Not one way. And they act like people, like it's only one way that straight people don't agree with what gay people do or whatever. It goes both ways. Gay people think what we do is gross too. There's gay dudes out there who think vaginas are gross. Okay? There's lesbians out there who think penises are gross. It goes both ways. Stop acting like a fucking victim. My goodness. Another super, and we move on. Jess. Rusty Shackelford. I hope that's your real name, man. That's a good name. You sound like somebody I can trust. If you can't trust Rusty Shackelford, who can you trust? Keep up the good work, American. That's right. We're all Americans. And if you come here legally, man, you better bring your ass on over here and become part of the family. But if not, get your ass out of here. Brian King B. Falcon says, $3.90 at Go Gas in Wilmington, North Carolina. I am sorry to hear that for you, but I pray for gas under $4 here. I pray for gas under $5 here in California. right down the street. Diesel 634. Supreme 628. That's a damn shame. James Perry, what's up, Jericho? The king of the one-liners. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Pepe Silvia, 380 in Texas. See, these numbers to California, these are wet dreams to us. But to you guys, yeah, that shit's catastrophic, man. That shit is catastrophic. E. Arbo says some vaginas are gross. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Hey, take care of your fucking clan. To boldly go, says music to my ears, Jericho. You said it perfectly. Thank you, man. I'm just saying what we're all thinking. Emily says way over $4 in is that Michigan? Am I? Damn, I'm fucking up on my abbreviations. Is that Michigan? Okay, it is now. When Trump was in office, I was paying $1.50. Yeah, you damn right. Like, and I was talking to my neighbor the other day, and he was saying how he likes Trump's politics, but he just doesn't like him as a person. He's an asshole. He disrespects people and blah, blah, blah. And all of that may be true. But that is not what I come to him for. Okay? That's like going to a doctor and then somebody tells you, man, that dude's a good doctor, but he cannot make a hamburger to save his life. Cool. I don't plan on going to any of his barbecues. I'm here for his doctor skills. That's how I feel about Trump. All of that shit may be true, but I don't care. That's not why I'm here. I'm here because he's a businessman. He opened the books of America and said, look at this bullshit here. The American people are not first. Let me fix this. So he Rubik's Cubed that shit so all of the things lined up properly, and we were number one. Okay? There's a certain level of excellence that I expect. We are American. Okay? We are used to a certain level of being here, a certain lifestyle. It's up to them to go out and maintain that. All right? We are the American people. I know you haven't looked our way in a while. You might not recognize us. We might have gotten a little taller, lost some weight, gained some weight, but it's still us. Okay? Keep your eyes on us. Do what we want. Everything will be fine. That's what Trump did. I really did not care about his brashness, and he was uncouth, and oh my God, he said this about Rosie O'Donnell, nah. Fuck all that. I don't care. I really don't. Should I? Maybe, but I don't. Let's see. Mr. J says Rusty Shackelford, all hail King of the Hill. Is that a King of the Hill character? I didn't know that. I never got too heavy into that show. But I do like the guy, what the hell, Bobby? Remember that the dude from he was in Beavis and Butthead Do America. Why are these boys whacking at my trailer? That's the guy I know about from King of the Hill. Maddie J says 411 in South Jersey. Man, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Big Al, normal is 365. Where is that? Tim, 343 for regular. The Burbs of Chicago, the Burbs of America's shooting range. Do the bullets be flying out there? Because I don't care how cheap gas is. It ain't worth getting shot in your ass 15 times. Then have some googly-eyed fucker stand over your body and say, oh, I only want black reporters here. Pretty Tony, laugh emojis. I'll take it. Kendra Henry, Jericho, I can't believe you don't believe the slap was staged. I don't. It looked bad. Hell yeah, that slap looked bad as fuck. But I think it's because Will Smith doesn't know how to fight. I think all that shit, the only fighting he knows is on set. He's never been in a real confrontation with a man. He probably didn't have an older brother to whoop his ass. No, I think he was just that bad at slapping. And like I said, what he said when he sat down, his emotion, Chris Rock's reaction, I think it was real. I said it. I'm going to fall on this sword. Barb says, yes, I think a penis is gross. You're right. Me too, Barb. I think they're hideous, and I don't want to touch one. Max Bond, celebrities having tall-ass fences to protect them from bad people, but don't agree with not allowing illegal immigrants coming here. Doesn't make sense. Hell no, it doesn't. I said that when Trump was in office. Build that wall so high that astronauts have to go over it. It can't be high enough. It can't be. If you want to come here, go through the front door. We will welcome you with open arms. You take those tests, you pay that money, you wait, You want this? You work for this? We're proud of you. There might even be a little envy in there. We are proud of you that you made that journey, and every meaning of the word journey, to be right here, to be in this room, raising your hand and swearing your allegiance to this country and becoming an American citizen. You will be welcomed with open arms. But if you come to the back door and you try to steal a slice of this star-spangled pie, fuck you. Because if we try to sneak into your shitty country, we will be ran out in minutes. I said this a long time ago. Those of you who are new to this may not have heard it. I got a friend of mine, shout out to Dave Esquire, and his lovely wife, Marianne. He spent some time in Mexico. I believe it was 6 months. But in order for him to go down there, they did everything except stick a flashlight up his ass until the light beams came out of his eyes and ears. Criminal history, mental history, credit history, employment. How long are you going to be here? The fuck are you going to do while you're here? When are you leaving? They wanted to know everything. They wanted to make sure you had the money to stay off the system if you came here. You weren't going to cause any problems. You didn't have any issues. Why? Because Mexico only wants the best. But when Trump said that shit, he's you know how that story ends. They crawled up his ass with a microscope just to come to Mexico for a little while. And that day on that whatever form they gave him that says he's supposed to leave, you better be gone. Not 24 hours later, that morning you wake up early and get the fuck out of here. Go back home. And you know what? That's their country. They got every right to make any rules they want. And if you don't want to follow their rules, there you go. Go home. Good for them. If I look at my brochure to their country, oh, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't have to go. That's the beauty of it. I don't have to go. But if you choose to come there, follow the rules, come to the front door. Northwood says $4.39 a gallon in Washington. Telling you, left coast. You think we're playing? Hey, and don't scoff at California. Look at those granola-headed dirt fuckers over there. No. We're a petri dish. If it's here, it's coming to you. Believe that shit. Cody Larkhart says, New York, good. Oh, man. Gas in Vegas, $5.59. Shit, Vegas? What are you guys going to do in Vegas? It's April. You can see the sun. It's coming. Summertime is coming. How are you guys going to deal with those high-ass gas prices? Because that's maybe not, well, yeah, I would say unique to Vegas because Vegas is not on the West Coast. And I imagine that anybody in Arizona, let me know if the gas is that high in Arizona, but Vegas gets hot as shit during the summer. So you're going to be paying high-ass gas prices and those high-ass energy costs to keep you cool and from not slow roasting like a pig on a spit during the summertime. So, yeah, that's a unique situation. Sorry, Vegas. That gas high as shit. That look like California prices. Audrey Ann, $3.99 in West Babylon, Long Island. Yep, Michigan. Okay, I was right. Good. Jerry C says, gotta keep that pussy clean. Yeah, man, come on. I don't ask for too much. Keep that thing nice and toit, like a toiger. Doris loves America. Yeah, MI is Michigan. I knew it. I knew my public school education wouldn't fail me now. It might eventually, but not right now. AJK, gruesome, bang your wife Newsom. That's right, that sleazy son of a bitch. You know, it's his voice that he has that raspy kind of voice, his hair slicked back, like some kind of deviant car salesman. I always say his voice is raspy because when he goes to visit his aunt Nancy Pelosi in hell, the heat scorches vocal cords. Poor thing. Cheyenne Maxwell, Biden's gonna drain the emergency reserves. Hell yeah, he is. Through the election. Imagine if Trump did that, the outrage that the left would spew. It'd be disgusting. We'd be knee deep in that shit. That's what he's gonna do. Who was it? I can't remember who I was listening to, but they were saying how Trump wanted to refill the reserves when oil was like 20 some dollars a barrel. Now, if we did the same thing, it's way higher than $24 a barrel, and there's no need to deplete or even touch our reserves. Start drilling. Give the permits in places that actually, check this out, grant the permits for the oil companies to drill where there's oil. And then they'll use the permits, dicks. Drill. Put that shit over the horizon where I can't see it and drill. We have more oil under our surface than all of the oil producing countries combined. All those dictatorships, all those head chopping, women beating, gay people killing countries that we put our hand. Can we please have a couple of drops, Venezuela? Mr. Iran? Iran? Are they our enemy or not? Tell me. We're killing their leaders, we're fighting them, and now we're asking them for oil. We need to get our alliances, our allegiances, is that a word? Straight. Either you're our enemy or you're our friend forever. Stop this arming them now, fighting them later shit. Are you our friend or our foe? Let me know for sure. Fuck out of here. People suck. $4.49 in AZ. See, getting close. $4 in VA. $2 plus more than this time last year. It's disgusting. Disgusting. You get another chat up in this bench. Okay. Silverback, thank you again. Jada seriously activated Will on some sleeper cell Manchurian candidate BS. Yeah, she's a bringer of chaos for sure. Silverback slaps. All right, here we go. Here we go. Now I know I'll say it right. Yeah, for sure, man. But for him to allow himself to be activated like that, what kind of buster are you to allow your woman to send you to and fro to be a jackass? Why? Tell her, check this out. No, I'm not doing that shit. You can be mad if you want to. We'll talk about it later. I'm going to be in trouble soon anyway. Get out of here with that shit. It's not worth tarnishing your family's reputation. Not saying that I'm not saying in a normal situation, their reputation's fucked. But it's not worth going up there being a jackass for what? She's going to degrade you more. She's going to hide your scrotum even higher on the fridge so you can't reach it, you fucking eunuch. Ridiculous. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here, you want some more Biden bullshit? Some Build Back Biden bullshit? So the other day, he wasted more of our time and money. Who knows how much they're paying these clowns to be out there. But him and Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare, the politician who went horizontal so her career could go vertical. Ask Willie Brown. She was standing next to him here. It's parched. She was standing next to him as he signed the Emmett Till anti-lynching bill. Let that horse shit sink in for a second. So basically it made lynching a federal offense. What does that mean? Was it not illegal enough? What do you call a non-federal offense? A state offense? A regular offense? Who knows? A picket fence? That was a waste of time. That was some bullshit. And the only person up there stupider than Biden is pervertus, our grandpa in chief, Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. Swing low, sweet chariot. The only person up there dumber than him and that cackling Ahua standing next to him was Emmett Till's cousin. You co-sign that bullshit, you thirsty son of a bitch. So the Emmett Till anti-lynching law now, since he signed it, makes it a federal offense to hang another human being from a tree. Okay, that was kind of redundant and worthless for a couple reasons. Number one, it's already illegal to kill somebody no matter how you do it. Number two, the last person, aside from Juicy Smollett, to be lynched in America was 1981. Somewhere in the South, this poor kid, 19 years old, was chased down in the forest by these three Klansmen. They beat him, they hung him. While they were hanging him, they continued to beat him, and they sliced his throat twice. Then they hung him across the street from his mother's house. You know, real pieces of shit, real demons walking the earth. But America, being this racist, dystopian piece of shit, of course, did nothing, patted them on the back, gave them a hand job on their way out of the courtroom. They just lifted up their sleeve and said, white privilege, I'm out. Fuck you, colored boy. Just kidding. This isn't the racist, fucked up country they say it is. Two of the three guys turned state's evidence against the third guy. They got life in prison. And you know what happened to the third guy that they snitched on? They hooked his nuts up to the electric chair, and he was barbecued from the inside out in 1997. Just how it should be. No one's saying that evil people don't exist and don't do fucked up racist shit. But what we are saying, it's not condoned by our society. And if you do shit like that, you're going to pay, just like that guy did. He got the electric chair. Here's a good question. What happened to the electric chair? Why did we get rid of it? Why did we stop doing the gas chamber? You want to murder somebody? You want to rape and murder somebody? Here's a cyanide tablet. Bye. Why did they stop doing that? I'm sure there's some bullshit tree-hugging, fucked up statute that they tried to use. It's inhumane. Well, I remember when I was young, I used to think this shit. What do you mean it's inhumane? Didn't they do something inhumane to get in that chair or get it in that sealed room with the cyanide tablet? Don't you have to do something inhumane to get there? So fuck them and their rights. You die the worst way possible for what you did. I just saw a documentary the other day on Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. Look at what that dude did. They gave him the death penalty, but he died before they could kill him on death row for 20 years. And what's up with that? How do you get sentenced to death, but you get to live for another 2 or 3 decades? Anyway, so that's what Biden is pervertus was doing with his time, signing an anti-lynching law. It's already illegal. And all the shit going on, failing infrastructure, high gas prices, inflation. We may or may not go to war with Russia. And I know presidents and heads of state, you got all this stupid, this ribbon cutting type of shit you have to do. But some things you need to tell them, no, this is bullshit. I'm not going to do it. But you can get that fool to sign anything. He probably didn't even know where he was. He didn't even know what he was signing. He thought he was probably filling out his dinner card at the nursing home, and it was Salisbury steak night. He wasn't even thinking straight. You want to get Biden to sign anything? Put the paper and pen in front of him and then spray an 8-year-old's pheromones into the air. Here, let me sign this so I can go after that. What was that smell? That's all you got to do. That's it. Just sign anything. Anything to get out of there and go after that lovely smell. Fucking disgusting. Let's get some of these supers out of the way, shall we? Shall we? Yeah, rub his hairy legs. Who said that? Mona Lisa, yeah, rub his hairy legs. Isn't that shit gross? Fucking gross. Daniel Orr, 5 bones. Thank you. I disagree with Florida's K to 3rd don't say gay bill. It should be K through 8. Yeah, exactly. K through 12 if we could. But yeah, at least K through 8. That's just disgusting, man. But they can't wait that long. That's too long. They'll be too old by then. Ew, you're over 11? Gross. They need them young. mothershucker@gmail.com. Thank you for that super sticker. Mr. J, Thank you very much. It says you got to bring back Silky Biden, funniest vid ever. I was literally listening to you while grocery shopping when I heard that vid. Yeah, Silky Biden, man, he's that pimp. Yeah, you stupid bitch. He comes out every 4 years and pimps the black folks into voting for him. He comes out. That's what he does. All slick talking and shit, silver tongue, doing shit like this. That's probably why he signed that bullshit anti-lynching law, because there's a bunch of dumb black folks out there going to be like, oh, man, you really looking out for us, man. They're going to pull the lever for him every fucking time. Why? Veronica, 20 bones, a twonk. Thank you very much. Jada giving all us. Oh, man. Yep. One bad apple. One bad apple. Or one bad clam. Connie Bow, because in Chicago, Kim Fox will let them go. You damn right. You damn right. Get out of here. Run along. Come here. Come here. Get out of here. Go ahead. They were just 8 years old. So what, man? So what? They got gunned down in their front yard. Shouldn't have been out in the yard playing during the spring, dumb kid. Stupid. Right. Shadow Q123. Everything woke turns to shiznit. That's right. That guy. What's the guy? He was the guy we had, right? The guy we had in there who cared. Him. Yeah. Cal Smokey says, don't insult South Park. He loves that shit, man. Get him a nice piping hot Salisbury, some soft frozen vegetables, and a butterscotch pudding to top it off. Man, he's happier than a pig and shit. T. Angelo, 10 bones. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, something else I wanted to talk about. So, let me get this out of the way. So I did a video talking about how West Point is allowing cadets to have kids while they're there. And the Army, they did a 3-year experiment where they had women do meet the same physical requirements as the men in basic training. And guess what? They couldn't do it. So they dropped the standards back to where they were for women, and they dropped the standards for older soldiers. Now, in the video, I said that older soldiers should have the same physical requirements as the young ones. And I talked about how when I was in boot camp, because in the Navy we call it boot camp, not basic training. In boot camp, there were a couple dudes who, because you always have recruits in charge. So we call them APOC and ROC. So both those dudes, one was 27 and one was 28, but they had the same requirements that we had. And when I said that they should have the same requirements, I was reading some of the comments of people like, no, you can't expect, Master Sergeant to do the same, or First Sergeant to do the same as a private. Yes. And when you're talking about people who have been in for a while, and this is like your PT, requirements, your annual PT tests and all that, that's not what I'm talking about, or whatever. I was talking about basic training. If you're an older soldier or whatever, and you're in basic training, you should have the same requirements as the young cats. That's what I meant. But I wouldn't be completely against that, because shout out, RIP to my man, Sam Tops, a great man, a great father, and a U.S. Marine for over 30 years. And he, after he was active, I believe he was reserved, and he would run those young Marines into the ground, guys in their 20s, 20 years old, 19, and he was in his 40s, well into his 40s. So it can be done. An old soldier can outrun and outdo some young cats, especially once they get out of basic. So shout out to him, RIP Sam, and your lovely wife. 5 bones from just a man evaluating stuff. Do you think Disney is going to do a woke remake of Pinocchio where he becomes a real trans boy? That shit ain't too far-fetched. And we know where that nose might possibly end up. Yeah, man, why wouldn't they tarnish something? They're very good. They're very well-versed at taking something that we hold in high regard, something we have a good memory of, and then spreading their distended anus and shitting all over it. So that's a very real possibility, and it's a real shame. And what's more of a shame than Disney making that shit would be a parent allowing their kids to watch that shit. That's another thing. Now, with all this woke bullshit going on, see, back in the day, parents had to worry about two things. Well, let's say three things: violence, titties, and language, meaning violence, language, and, sex scenes and all that shit. That was about it. And if your kids weren't watching R-rated movies or something, you didn't have to really worry about that shit. But now, with all these streaming platforms and all this woke bullshit, you really have to be checking in on your kids. It's not uncommon for my wife and I to stop in the room and watch our kids' TV for a few minutes to see what they're talking about. And I have taken certain TV shows away. And it's not always something you can see, something that they're going to get. It's that subliminal shit. It's the innuendo. It's the situations that the characters are watching are put in. And it's not just the language, it's the innuendo and the subject matter that we have to watch, and the fucking shit they're trying to slip in there. My daughter was watching some TV show about high school or something like that, or Tall Girl, about this tall girl and how, people fuck with her, blah, blah, blah. And there was like a trans kid in there. I'm like, whoa, rewind that. What the hell? And my daughter, she didn't even notice it. But did her subliminal mind notice it? Because when they see those images, they're going to get used to it. And again, people should not be persecuted or fucked with. But kids should not be seeing that. Kids are like cell phones. They come hardwired with some apps already on them. Okay? Don't put too much heavy shit on their plate. They're not ready for it. And the heavy shit, guess what? Parents, we got it. Fuck off. We got this. Fergie Ferguson. When I retired from the fire department, they dropped the agility test, or the agility test for females versus men. I don't know why. It's not like when you get to the fire or you get, you got to rescue somebody. All right, hey, she's small. Bring the weaker one up here. You don't know what you're going to face, so you all need to be ready to roll. I think that's bullshit. Shout out to Fergie Ferguson. I hope you got your card, man. Eric Peters, G.I. Jane is going to be mad now. I'm surprised Demi Moore didn't come out and say, fuck that, I'm doing G.I. Jane Part 2. Chet, simplify. What? Calm down, Marines. Calm down. T. Angelo, I'm in trucking, and I really miss President Trump's diesel fuel prices. I bet you do. To hell with Biden's idea of making Russia energy independent. I know. What a swap out. Oh, no, I'm done. Here, you take the energy independence. We're good. America's good. We had it for a hot minute. We're good. No, jackass. Bring it back. You had it. Why would you undo it, stupid? And, speaking of Biden, that made me think of O'Rourke, that emaciated clown, that emaciated horse-tooth son of a bitch who could bite an apple through a fence from Texas. I saw a picture of him the other day. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that dude, Mr. Hell yeah, we're going to take your AK-47s. No, you're not. You ain't taking shit. We've seen other countries around the world have their guns taken, and we know what happens. You are not taking nobody's AK nothing. I would love to see a video of him shooting an AK-47. He would probably drop it and scream. To boldly go, don't worry about those old guys of them are pretty goddamn tough. Yeah, I don't mess with old cats, okay? I don't mess, especially from that World War II age, Vietnam era. I don't mess with older cats because they probably got something tucked away in the waistband and they don't play. So no, I got much respect for older cats. You ever see that video of that old man? He's like 80 or something, and he's boxing this dude who has a man bun. I think he should have got knocked out just for his man bun. But he's boxing this old man. The old man, they ring the bell. He starts hitting himself. And the dude he's fighting got to be in his 20s. He got this dude by 60 years. Man, he beat the shit. They had to stop the fight, man. He was beating the shit out of that kid. He beat the brakes off of him, boy. That shit was hella funny. And there's also another one with this old man standing outside of a pub or something, and these two younger dudes step up to him, man. He knocked both of them out. That shit was funny. No, I don't play with older cats. No, I'll listen. You got some good stories to. I'll listen, but don't run up on no old man. Teresa West, military standards should never be lowered. I promise these other countries are not lowering theirs. That's why they call it meeting standards. You meet the standards. They don't come to you. You meet the standards. Here are the standards. You don't meet them, you can't be in the military. See ya. Bye. That's it. You can't. I don't know if these kids are from the everybody gets a participation trophy and my son is perfect world, but you got to be ready to go. We have standards that need to be met, which means you come to them. When I went to join the Navy, my recruiter told me that I had to be, it's all based on your age and your height. They told me I had to be 192 pounds based on my height and my age to go into the Navy. So I met those requirements. I get to boot camp, and one of the first things they do is they weigh you. And they said, no, you need to be 186 pounds. So I had to drop 6 pounds. So until I dropped those 6 pounds, there was a huge white erase board in the front of the barracks. And it said at the top in very large letters, Chub Club. And if you were in the Chub Club, while everybody was upstairs shining their boots at the end of the day and writing letters to their girlfriend that was about to leave them and they didn't know, we had to go down, and all the barracks were in a box shape. So there was a courtyard in the middle of it. We go down there, do drills and shit like that. But after you go down for what's called EMI, extra military instruction. So there was a SEAL training school or training facility near there. So the SEALs, they were so kind to donate their time. Thanks. And they would come over and they would cycle us, you know, starbursts, 8-count bodybuilders, leg lifts, whatever psychotic crunches they invented. They would do that shit every day until you met weight and you were out of the Chub Club. Number one, imagine them putting Chub Club at the front of a barracks now. Are you kidding me? They would go viral. Oh my God, any Chub Club, fat shaming. But they told me these are the requirements you need to meet or you gotta go. So I met them so I could stay. Nobody said, no, come on, guys, 6 pounds, what's the difference? No, that was their requirement. I met it. Don't mess with military readiness because, like she said, no other country's doing this shit. You seen the videos of North Korean soldiers fucking breaking boards with their forehead and shit? We need to get rid of these fucking maternity flight suits. And that's another thing he said in his stupid ass Transgender Visibility Day speech. He said, we're going to make sure that you're represented in the military. Why would you push for mentally unstable people to be in the military? Why? How many fucking trans people are in the military? You can't be. Because eventually you're going to have to get naked. And when they see your dick, you're going to have to go to the other barracks. The fuck? Don't worry about inclusion in the military. Worry about readiness. Worry about training. Worry about defending us and whooping somebody's ass if we have to. You butterscotch pudding eating motherfucker shit. Come on. We'll make sure you're represented. Time travel, 5 bone super sticker. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's see. Dogface channel says chocolate starfish. I've heard that one in a while. That's funny. Cynthia Inez Gun says there's a big difference between trans and drag queens. Yes, there is. Let's see. Comment showing. Shadowing. Silverback slaps. Again, thank you. I've been in the Air Force for 17 years. I can say the quality of airmen has changed. These little MFers don't think they're in the military. They don't care. Yeah, man, that's because they make them think they don't have to care. I remember getting to boot camp, man, and people were scared when the RDCs got on the bus because they were trying to pull the doors open before the bus driver opened them. Like, people were scared. There's a certain level of intensity that you expect from boot camp. There's a certain experience that you expect in the military. And when you've been in the military and you see the new ones coming after you, there's a certain level of respect that they need to give your military. There's a certain quality that you expect from them. And thank you for your service, Silverback Slaps. My brother was active duty Air Force. Now he's in the reserves. But that's a shame. That's a real shame that you're seeing that so quickly. And it's fucked up how things that take so long to build up and make solid can be torn down so easily and so quickly? Why do people jump off of this woke cliff like lemmings? Why? The world is a better place when America is doing well. We ensure the safety and prosperity for so many countries. Isn't Canada's economy like 80% dependent on us? You know how many countries we protect? How many countries would be like, oh, fuck, America's gone. Okay, guys, shit. They took all the tanks and the guns. Like, they would be shitting their pants if we left. America is the most kind and most generous country on earth. Give a damn what people say. I got facts. Who does the world, and when something fucked up happens or some crazy bastard does something stupid, what does the rest of the world do? Here, I'm going to do my impression of the rest of the world when there's some kind of natural disaster or some crazy dictator or somebody is doing something bad and they need the big brother America to come help them. Okay, here we go. Okay, need America, need America, need America. Here we go. Rest of the world when something bad happens. Here's the rest of the world looking at America. Here we go. That's the rest of the world when something bad happens. America? So when we're doing well, everybody's doing well. But you have people from right here inside our walls who are trying to fuck us over. Andrea Brunkow, Salt Army loves you. Hey, love you too, Salt Army. Salty Army, Salt Army, whatever. Sodium. Let's see. Salty bro. You don't like fish dicks? Well, then you're a gay fish. You're a gay fish, man. What was that? Carlos Mencia on South Park? That shit was funny. That's another thing. Everybody's all, oh, you shouldn't be making fun of Jada Pinkett because she's losing her hair. Men get made fun of for losing their hair all the fucking time. All the time. John Neat says, great mistakes. That's right. All the memories. Great mistakes, Illinois. You got it. You got it, man. 3.5 months of fun and adventure. Man, remember, we didn't see a TV, a newspaper, a magazine, or nothing for 3.5 months. We didn't know if people were dying. We didn't know what was going on outside of Great Mistakes, Naval Training Center. Love and Pain says Biden is stupid. There you plain and simple. Janny Hensley says, hey, caught alive. Trans Day should have been on the first. Yeah, fucking joke. Let's see. Some more comments in here. We'll move on to something else. Yeah, hold on. Where is that one? Yeah, Adam Fox says Will Smith always made fun of Uncle Phil's bald head. He sure did. He sure did. That was 25% of his joke diet on that show, was clowning Uncle Phil. But don't clown that bald-headed monster sitting next to him. Apparently, that's a problem. Fuckers. Salty Army in Georgia, what up? You Georgia peaches. Shout out to my brother. He lives down there in Georgia. Savannah. Oh, man. Pat Cass at Jericho Green, how sexy do you think those Project Veritas girls are? They make those elite fucks speak faster than Ben Shapiro. Hey, man, what the hell? How do these people not know? If you're at a restaurant somewhere, if you're somewhere where you hear the low rumble of voices and forks clanking on plates, how do you not know that if someone's across from you asking you shit about your business, that you're on Project Veritas? Fucking wake up, people. Those girls must be hot as shit. Because that's how they always are. They're at a restaurant, they're asking you all these deep, dark questions about your business and no one's supposed to know. And they just start yapping. And how smart to give them hot girls. Because I don't care how old you are, you be when a pretty girl's in the room. Good shit, Project Veritas. Okay. Mr. Let's Melt. Sorry if I said that wrong. 80s Camp Pendleton, California. Gunny G, Nam Vet. maybe 45 to 50 at the time, would run the entire company up and over the ridgeline and wouldn't even sweat. He said the enemy can do it so better, so you better damn. The enemy can do it, so you better do more. That's what I'm saying. It can be done just because you're an older soldier. They can still do that shit. You better. Because I bet you the damn Chinese soldiers are going over the hill. I bet you they're not, they don't have any training timeouts. Timeout, you're too mean. I'm thirsty. Guaranteed. Time travel, 2 bones. Thank you. Jericho, check out Salty Cracker on Rumble. Okay. Check him out. R.I.P. James Avery. That's right, Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil. All the good ones are gone, man. Chat says truth noodles. You got it. Lisa M says Jada doesn't have alopecia. She still have all you. She still have all your hair roots. And she would have bald patches. True. She said she did, but who cares what that dummy said? I don't care if she had a 90% of her head was a bald patch. I'm be doing that bullshit. Rich Bailey, Navy boot camp in Sandog, 1990. Hot on that grinder. Hey man, look. The grinder is where you go out to, it's usually some asphalt, a big wide open area for you to go drill, march, and also to be punished if you're not marching correctly. I remember we had this dude in our division named Vaughn, and he was from like the Midwest somewhere. This dude could not get left, right, left, right. He could not get it. When you said left, his right foot was down, and when you said right, his left foot was down. I don't know how this dude could not get the concept of left, right. But we had many a half-right face because of that dude. What's a half-right face? I'll tell you. When you're in ranks, you're all lined up. You can't go into push-up position because you'll hit the guy in front of you, so on and so on. So the spaces between you, if you do a half-right face, now you're in the gap between everybody, and now you got plenty of room to get down in the push-up position. So every time Vaughn would fuck up, trip up the dude in front of him or trip up the dude behind him. We had this other dude named Dow. He would fall asleep while he was marching. So whenever that happened, division, halt, fuck, half right face, damn it, turn, get down, start pushing the earth. Oh yeah, that grinder ain't no bullshit. Then we're graduating. The admirals or whatever were 3 hours late. We were standing out there for 3 hours. Waiting for these fools in August. Hot as shit. I think we only lost one person to passing out in our division, but you see him out of the corner of your eye, just boom, and they tell you don't help him, don't catch him, no nothing. Let him hit the deck. Medical will come and get him. Don't lock your knees, people. Anyway, Ron Edge watching from Perry, Georgia. Hey, shout out, appreciate it. Dave Lovelace, Georgia, in the house. No name says Pinche Pelosi, pendeja. She is. Fucking skunka. Boricua Adames. I like that. 5 Bones. Appreciate it. I live in Newark, New Jersey. I don't even have to say anything else. My sons love you, by the way. You should talk to Jesse Lee Peterson. I agree, man. 100%. Shout out to your boys, man. You raising them right, man. And don't worry, guys. I know sometimes Dad don't seem cool. He don't know what's up. Dad, you don't know what I'm going through. Yes, he does. Listen to him. That your parents are the only people in the world who are 100% for you with no ulterior motive. They are always looking out for you. You are the most important thing to them on earth. When you have kids one day, you will understand. I don't know how old your boys are, but trust me, your dad knows best. Listen to him. And don't get all crazy when you turn 14 and you try to test the head lion. Don't do it. Don't mess with Mufasa. Here we go. Time travel. Salty Army here to support JG. I appreciate it. I'll take all the support I can get. Like a pair of big titties. Eric Peters, the girls can't go over the hill. For real? That's messed up. All right, let's see. Oh, Emily says Will Smith took the attention away from Aqua Dick. That's right. That's what I call that full Leah Thomas. That's Aqua Dick right there. Surprised he was still breaking those records with all that drag in the water. Jane Tolerant. Jane. Anyway, I can read that part. JG, I'd like to see you in a live chat with Candace Owens and Terrence Williams' cousin T. Hell yeah. Man, I would love that. Believe me, it's not like they've been extending invitation. I'm just like, nah, fuck you guys. No, not at all. I would damn sure do that. Candace Owens is awesome. So is Terrence Williams. It'd be great to meet him. Patriots are go. 5 bones. All right. And, Loco Cortez, you motherfuckers. Her womb is so polluted. She got my fucking baby, man. And what's that dumbass talking about? She wants Clarence Thomas to get impeached. Well, I mean, you better impeach yourself for even saying that, you idiot. That's a real Supreme Court justice who went through the slings and arrows of your fucking party to get there. Get out of here with your stupid ass. Fucking Loco Cortez, a 10-year-old trapped in a 32-year-old unmarried, childless woman's body with her soft handshake ginger boyfriend. Get out of here with that shit. Better impeach your damn self first. Lolly Lollipop. I remember my grandmother and great aunt having it too. My wigs are always good to go out and look great. Yeah, man, and that's messed up because a woman, you know, your beauty is important to you. You know, you're attracting a mate or whatever. It's your overall appearance. You know, that's important to women, and that is definitely messed up. I'm not saying it's nothing to sneeze at, but it's not life-threatening, and it's no reason to commit assault. Can we agree on that? Cali boy, 5 bones, thank you. Bunch of hypocrisy going on. Folks talk down on beta males, but praise Will Smith, the ultimate beta male. That's what I'm telling you. Jada Pinkett has his scrotum sealed up in a Ziploc bag, and it's on top of the fridge with the cookies that he's not allowed to have until after dinner. This man has been neutered by his wife. There's no way in the world. Some things need to remain private. Give a damn if you're a celebrity or a public figure or whatever. I got followers. Some shit needs to remain private. What goes on between you and your husband, no matter how fucked up and weird your marriage is, that's between you guys. But when you bring that all out to the sunlight and then his punk ass comes out there with you and sits there like, yeah, you had an entanglement. Entanglement? Bro, let me find out you're sleeping with my wife. My fingers are going to be entangled around your neck. The fuck? You're okay with that? You let her back in the house? Look, women, and I'm going to paint with a broad brush, okay? Before I do that, lovers, I experienced that sand dog grinder back in 91. Go Navy, always. Navy #1. You guys know that. You know who the fucking presidents call when they need somebody. Anyway. So, what was I going to say? Beta, he was a beta male. Oh, anyway, for her to air their dirty laundry and for him to sit there and just be okay with it. For him to sit there and listen to that and take it, and then you let her back in the house? Look, women, they're more concerned with their man emotionally cheating. Were you in love with her? Did you connect with her emotionally? That's what's going to fuck with them. Men were all about the physical. Did he touch you? Did you touch my woman? I don't share my toys. No, I don't see my wife as an object to be owned. But she's my wife. She is my woman. And I'm the only man who will touch her in an affectionate or sexual manner. It's in the contract. It's in the ring. So, if that part of the contract isn't honored and another man has sex with you, it's like a baby bird falling out of the nest and you put it back and the mom don't want anything else to do with it because you touched it. Same thing. I wouldn't want anything to do with you because someone else touched you. Don't care if we were broken up for 20 minutes. It's a wrap. Like, what was that? Indecent Proposal with Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore. Demi Moore, G.I. Jane. Anyway, where was it Robert Redford? He offered them $1 million. I'll give you $1 million if you let me spend 24 hours with your wife. And they went and talked about it. Yeah, it was $1 million. We could do this and that. So she goes out with him. And then basically all he could picture in his mind is him having sex with her moaning and enjoying it, and them fucking each other. Didn't care about the emotional connection, didn't care about feelings. All he could think of was that man was giving pleasure to my woman, and eventually fucked everything up. He couldn't get past that. Why Will was able to get past that is beyond me. He's King Beta. It gets no more beta than him. He's beta squared. He probably owned a Beta Max back in the day. He probably belonged to Phi Beta Kappa in college. He's too beta. You look like a straight buster in front of everybody. Boy, if you're a damn remote control, she said, well, get your ass up there and do something stupid. Now. Yes, Jada. Yes, Jada. I'll do the stupidest thing I can think of. Silverback slaps. Again, man, thank you. I appreciate it. Laughing my ass off. He had dude in my flight that forgot that marching was just stern walking. These motherfuckers would swing their left arm with their left foot and step and vice versa. Yeah, man. I'm not oversimplifying it. When you're marching, even in some of the cadences, when I say left, your left will hit the deck. Give me your left. Let me tell you, give me your left. And they'll say left, right. Left. When I say left, your left will hit the deck. Left, right. I can't make it. My 6-year-old would be marching in 3 minutes. Teach him. Easy. Some dudes, man, they couldn't get it, and it was fucked up because we all had to pay for it. I was a Sea Cadet before I joined. I was in color guard. I could march my ass off. I could do all the starbursts, all the tricks. So for me to run into somebody like this who couldn't left, right, and I got a half right face for your dumbass for like, I don't know, the 12th time today, I can see why they'd be doing blanket parties on people. Tom B, drop. That's the one 4-letter word you did not want to hear. Drop. Great Mistakes, 92, Company 156, Monroe, Michigan. Hey, man, that's the one thing, especially toward the end of the day. You've done more push-ups in that day than you've done in your life. And not just regular ones. I mentioned this before. We had this one crazy-ass chief. He was from another division. I don't know how he picked up our scent and ended up over in our division grinding us or bending us or cycling. But he had what's called airplane push-ups. And your dog tag, number one, and that's another thing, to make your dog tags dance where you just go down enough so your dog tag is standing up on end. But he had airplane push-ups, and we were near an airport. So when an airplane would go by, you come up, you sit there and wait. I don't know how long it's going to be. Another airplane goes by, you go back down. He even had what's called Boeing push-ups. Every time we came up, we had to go Boeing. He'd do that when a female would walk by, just to embarrass us. All kinds of shit like that. But yeah, man, drop that. You didn't want to hear that, man. That was a fucked up word. B-Dub, thank you. Jericho, what's your favorite war film / series? What do you think about Band of Brothers? I never got into Band of Brothers. I remember seeing it advertised on the History Channel. But I think my favorite era as far as war goes would probably be World War II, because the way they bombed cities, like, we try not to do that shit. We have precision guided munitions. We're trying to have the least amount of collateral damage possible. And they would just fucking bomb a city, like bomb Paris, London. Like these jewels that we see across the world, these huge cities, man, they bomb the shit out of them. And that was just the loss of life. And the Hitler and the Japanese, and then Hitler, he overshadows the Japanese. Japanese were a motherfucker in World War II. Ask the Filipinos. Ask the Chinese. Japan was crazy as fuck. But Hitler, of course, he gets all the shine. But for some reason, I'm really interested in World War II. Favorite war film? damn, man. I mean, to show respect to the older era, I gotta say, and it may not be the most serious war film, but The Dirty Dozen was that Lee Marvin. I like that one. All's Quiet on the Western Front. I think that was about World War One, but I still like that one. Modern war films. I'll tell you what, I do like that movie, The Kingdom, with Jamie Foxx. That was a good one. E. Arbo says somebody should nut slap Leah Thomas at a swimming. That'll be a hate crime. You can't do that. You'll get extra time because they belong to the Ku Klux Klans. Princess Gigi, yes, Jericho. Thank you very much. Let's get a super or two, shall we? Shall we? Cali Boy again, thank you. I think we need to hammer this Will Smith thing on and on because it was a pure example of cancel culture. Good night. Yeah, man. You see, like I said, man, them letting him up on stage. Why did they do that? Why were there not people restraining him for getting on stage and all those sick assholes who were clapping for him? You're condoning this bullshit? White privilege is gone. Don't you say that shit to me no more. Black privilege, green privilege. Because if a white man did that, you already know. They do everything except killing. But Will Smith, he was cool to get away from it. He came back a few minutes later. He stayed in the building. He stayed in the building. I don't know how Chris Rock travels, but did he have security? And if so, how soon after that did he hand them their pink slip? Because you guys failed. Were you guys at the green room eating the snacks? Where the fuck were you? Where was the Academy security? Do they have security? Are they just outside? Where are they? Because it's a room full of celebrities. I guess they figure they're probably not going to do anything to each other. Wrong. Wrong. But yeah, this whole incident with Will Smith and Chris Rock is indicative of a lot of other things. It's not just some dumbass went up and slapped somebody. It's indicative of a lot of things. It's indicative of how we let certain people get away with things. On camera. It was recorded in front of the dozens of people who were watching it. We've all seen it since. Jeff Bell, 50 spot. Thank you. Who's on the 50? I think that's Ulysses S. Grant. Thank you. Keep up the great work. I promise I will do my best. There have been times that I wouldn't do a video because I don't want to force it. I don't want to get on here and say shit just to say it or make a video just to make one. If I don't have shit to say, I ain't going to say it. But as long as they keep giving me these fucking underhand pitches across the plate, I'm going to keep knocking them out of the park like Jose Canseco at his juiciest days. Chet says, this all sounds nice. Marine Corps, whatever, man. It's the world's finest Navy. I think the Marines are Department of the Navy. That's correct. Marines are like the big, ferocious pit bull we keep in the backyard when we need them. We'll let you out when it's necessary. Andrea says, We Were Soldiers. That was a good one, man, that Mel Gibson movie. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I'm a fan of Mel Gibson. Our boy Hemingway says Japan should have finished the job on China. Yeah, man, Japan ain't no bullshit. Don't get that little island. This is a little tiny island. Don't let that fool you. They were savage. I remember my family members who were in World War II would tell me that they would show them movies to basically get them pumped to go over and fight. And they would show them the atrocities that Japan would visit upon other people, the Chinese or whoever. And they would, I remember one that sticks out, they would toss Chinese babies up and catch them on bayonets. That's pretty fucked up. Marthia Midway, Caramel Curly, Platoon. That's right. Jenny Gilman, Clint Eastwood. Yeah, I'm gonna settle that right now. I don't want to hear no Lee Van Cleef or whoever, Lee Van Cleef, John Wayne. I don't hear none of that shit. Clint Eastwood is the best Western actor, period. My favorite, Pale Rider. Get out of here with that. Let's see. Tony Montana. Hollywood executives did something gay to Will. So, yeah, man. What was it? Leonardo DiCaprio. I saw something about him, all these weird producers and shit. Again, who are the parents who are feeding their children to the wolves. Because if you feed your child to the wolves, you're worse than a wolf, because a wolf is going to wolf. But if you know this is a cabal of perverts and you trot your child down there and leave them with them, you're kind of a piece of shit. And we got Room in the Wood Chipper Feet First for you too. Heartbreak Ridge, Hamburger Hill, Love and Paints at Heartbreak Ridge. M. Jones, Dirty Bastards. Yeah, man. Byron Anderson, The Longest Day. Adam Fox says Dirty Dozen was a great one. It was, man. I used to watch that shit with my dad, man. That movie was awesome. Charles Bronson, wasn't he in that too? Don't fuck with Charles Bronson. Let's see. Super Duper. You guys want to do another Super Duper? LDS German Shepherd boy. 10 Bones, thank you very much. In response to your answer earlier, yes, Yeon-mi is a North Korean refugee. She also mentions lots of warning signs to look out for in regards to communism that scares me in this country. That's another thing. We are in the age of information. If you don't know something, it's because you don't want to know. We got the most stupid, frivolous information on our phones all the way up to historic fact. If you don't want to know, if you don't know, it's because you don't want to. You can find out what Kim Kardashian's bowel movement looked like if you want to. Okay, we know what communism is. We know what it does. If you don't, find somebody that comes from a communist country. They don't want to do it again. I had the fortune of working with people from communist countries. They would laugh at these fucking Americans who are ushering in, pulling us down the path to communism. You know who wins in communism? The government. If you're not one of them, or if you're not part of them, or you don't work for them, you're fucked. Cuba. Anybody heard of Cuba? It's pretty close. They're right over there. The newest car there is from like 1955. In Venezuela, they had to close the zoo because people were trying to they had to let the animals go because people were trying to break in and kill the animals for meat. Communism. Every time they say, oh, this country, that country. No, they're full of shit. And America has double, triple the population or more of some of these countries. It's different when you're making a meal for 4 versus a meal for 400. Brian King B. Falcone, LAPD is prepared to arrest Will Smith. Good. They're a little late, but good. Go get his ass. You can't walk around hitting people and go home and have dinner. That motherfucker was at the after party singing his songs like that shit never happened. We a sociopath? That shit never happened. Like it never happened. He's sitting there bouncing in the back with the heat is on. Oh, no, the meat and breaking on. Getting jiggy with it. With his Oscar. Like that night never happened. You know why? Because he fears no consequence. Crazy son of a bitch. Bob K. MIT, thank you. Division 12, Great Lakes. I was Division 227, so you must have been way before me. 1 mile to Chow Hall, 2 miles to March, 3 times a day. Man, we were tight. You damn right, man. You damn right. Eventually, those guys did get it, and we looked damn good on graduation day. Oh, Chow, man. We said you had to have this notebook. It's called your knowledge. It had your general orders, your notes from class, rank and recognition, and everything in it. And we would be in line at the Chow, because if you were caught without your knowledge, go ahead and get him push-up position on your own, because it's over. Cardinal sin. Do not be without your knowledge. So what we would do to each other to fuck with each other, we'd be in line standing so close to each other, packing in. So you bump into your buddy. When you bump into him, you pull his knowledge out of his back pocket, because that's where he had to keep it. You pull his knowledge out of his back pocket, either hand it to someone or throw it on the ground. So the REC comes by, hey, recruit, where's your knowledge? And they reach back for it. They get fucked up. That shit was fun, man. That shit was hella fun. Blessed Veteran Adventures. If you are a veteran, really are a veteran, thank you. Mel Gibson been fighting communists since the 80s. Yeah, man, come on. Mel Gibson's a fucking national treasure, even though he's not even American. Jenny Gilman says, Mel Gibson, I like him, great in Lethal Weapon, and it's very real. Hey, I remember I must have been, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old, however long it took for videos to fucking get on or movies to get from the theater to the video store. But I remember seeing Lethal Weapon, the first one, for the first time. Opening scene. You ain't even done with the credits yet. It says Richard Donner, and then there's this girl on a ledge with her titties out, and they go in the room. You see the cocaine everywhere. I had no idea what that was. And then she's out there. She had like lingerie on, her shirt's open, her titties are out, and she just jumps like from the 10th story. Boom! Lands on a car and fucking kills herself. I was like, oh shit, we are in for it. And then what the second one was with the South Africans, South Africa, where what's his name? Forsted. And early in the movie they shoot a dude in the head and he falls on this plastic and they roll his ass up. And then the boss man sends Forsted out to do something and he's looking around and he goes, "What are you looking for?" And he goes, "I'm making sure I'm not standing on any plastic." You kefalama. Man, Lethal Weapon was a shit. The first two, come on. The last ones, get out of here. Shit was garbage. David V, Mr. Green, love your channel. Thanks for all you bring us. Thank you. Adam Fox, Kelly's Heroes. That's another one, man. A lot of good war films, man. Oh, Atomic Tabasco says John Wayne, then Clint Eastwood. Man, get out of here with that. Clint Eastwood with that little cigarette, whatever that fucking was in his mouth. The way he talked. Oh, man, come on. John Wayne, he was cool, but Clint Eastwood, who do you think would win? Clint Eastwood or John Wayne if they squared off in a movie? And Clint Eastwood's going to whoop his ass and look way cooler doing it. John Wayne, then Clint Eastwood. I would think an older person would think that because that's more their era. But like I saw those movies, the Duke, what is it? Superstation TBS used to have the Duke Marathon all the time. I seen those movies with my dad, but man, it's Clint Eastwood all day. The Outlaw Josie Wales, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Man, those films should be shown in school. Let's see, Just a Man evaluating stuff. Thank you again. What is the most beautiful place you went to while in the Navy? And what is the coolest place? Oh, most beautiful? That is easy. San Juan, Puerto Rico. I mean, you talk about a place that looks like a brochure, something you see in a travel agency. I mean, turquoise water, white sand. You got the jungle behind you. The mountains. It was San Juan, Puerto Rico. Beautiful. Hot as shit, but definitely beautiful. And the coolest place I went to would probably be because I was so young. Most of the time we were just partying and getting drunk because you'd be out to sea for 3 weeks to a month and they let you out on land. Come on. That would probably have to be Barcelona, Spain. And I would love to go back to all these places that I went to because I was doing so much partying and drinking. I would like to go back and visit them and really take in the culture and the food and the history of those places because, those European countries are far older than America. So I'm very interested in the history of it. But yeah, those would be my two, man. David V says, my Cuban family hates communism. You damn right. Once you've tasted of that sour fruit, you don't want that. You would purposely put yourself in that position again. See, another one. On my own time. Thank you very much. Will didn't even slap his face. That was a shoulder smack. Couldn't even hit the face. So weak. I'm telling you, his mechanics were fucked, man. That was, I would say he slapped him like a girl, but girls hit better than that. B-Dub, thank you. I heard India is going to buy Russian oil in rubles. I've heard about some videos on this that say U.S. is going to go hyperinflation. What do you think? Yeah, it's very possible. Who is it? Was it UAE or Saudi Arabia is going to start buying or trading whatever in Japanese currency, or I'm sorry, Chinese currency? Hell yeah, it's possible. Anything is possible when our own people are trying to make it happen. When our own people are selling us out and they can't sell us out fast enough. If Biden could put a rocket on our back down this path of communism, socialism, whatever they want to call it. And I believe to get through communism, you must first go through capitalism. And I believe, I've never heard that anywhere else. I started saying it a few years ago. I'm taking that shit right now. I made that up. But in order to get to communism, you must go through capitalism because you must amass the capital to fuck around like that. Until you have the money to do stupid shit like communism, you must believe in capitalism. Hyperinflation, for sure. That shaky hand, liver spotted son of a bitch in office, definitely. Bella Eden, a twomp, thank you very much. Renee Sanchez. Question. How did blacks go from 13% to 12% of the U.S. population? Well, that's easy, Renee. There's two main things, murder and murder. Now, whether that murder comes in the form of another young black man gunning you down for some stupid reason, because a black man is 2,000 times more likely to be gunned down by another black person than a cop, okay? And this other form of murder is called abortion. If black people total are now 12% of the population, guesstimate that black women are what, 6% of the population, something like that. Yet they account for a third of the abortions in this country. There are about 1 million abortions in this country every year. Disgusting. Black women, who account for 5 to 6% of the population, account for a third. Shout out to my man ABL. He was the first person I heard this fact from. There are places in New York, and I'm sure other places too, in New York where a black child has just as much chance to be aborted as it does to be born. You will never break the ceiling of 13% and have all this representation you fucking cry about in government, entertainment, wherever. You got to get your numbers up. You got to quit killing yourself in the womb, and then you got to quit killing yourself if you make it out of the womb. That's how you grow your fucking numbers. Since Roe v. Wade, over 20 million black babies have been killed. Roe v. Wade was 1973. That's damn near 50 years ago. Imagine if those 20 million babies had families, and they had families, and so on and so forth. What would our numbers be now? Fuckers. Planned Parenthood. They got black folks supporting Planned Parenthood. You ever look up Margaret Sanger? Like I said, if you don't know, it's because you don't want to. Will Wilson II, Karl Marx, was exactly the lazy, spoiled, entitled brat you think he was. Yeah, look what the people are like who follow his fucking teachings. Exactly that. Sons of bitches. Let me get these last super chats done, y'all. I got to get up out of here. If it's Friday night, that means tomorrow's Saturday morning, and my son has T-ball. They're playing the Dragons. Just a man evaluating stuff. Again, thank you, Hacksaw Ridge. That's another good one. Lord help me get one more. That was a good one. D.D. Thomas, thank you. Mel Gibson is American. He was born in Poughkeepsie, New York. Really? I thought he was Australian. Because in the first Mad Max, he had an Australian accent. I am going to dispute you on that one, D.D. Thomas. I think he's Australian. Crikey. Look at the size of that figure on that crocodile. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, I used to work with this dude named Kane from Australia, and people would always say to him, crikey. I'm like, man, you must hate that shit. And he did, too. It was a couple of times I had to talk him out of cussing somebody out. The Creek, JG speaking big facts. I mean, that's all there is to speak. Facts. Oh, man. Shout out to our man Kane. He used to hate that shit. I think I got them all. Yes, I believe so. Again, guys, thank you, man. This was great. Before I go, Laura VF says, man, I have so much respect for Chris Rock professional. Yeah, man, he handled that shit like a true professional. You get no more professional than Chris Rock in that situation. But again, thank you guys for another great live stream every Friday, 6:30, right here. We can talk about all this crazy, stupid shit that happened throughout the week, questions, anything you want to know. And I appreciate good questions today. My favorite war movies, boot camp shit like that. It was awesome. It couldn't have been that without you guys. Thank you very much. But before I go, you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.